Good morning. Happy Monday. This is our day to wake up gently. So, that is one aspect of the practice. The other aspect, should we have sound? Okay. The other aspect is setting a short-term goal, an intention is another way to say it, of how we would like to see ourselves this week, what we would like to accomplish this week. And it could be, let's just say, any level of activity. It could be a specific task that you want to accomplish, a concrete task that maybe you need a little bit of some inspiration from a deeper source, maybe an inspiration from God, or we could say from the universe or from the source of life, and kind of use that concrete activity as an expression of divine will, divine thought. That's one way we could do it, or it could just be concrete tasks. Got to get this thing done. I've been putting it off. Procrastination is can be really problematic. So in the end, doing the task is going to help us internally, and it will strengthen the will. The other thing is a way of being. So taking time to think about what are the challenges that you are facing, how can you counteract those challenges or supplement them with a certain state of mind. So if you are dealing with anxiety, if your temper is quick to show up, things like that. Or maybe if you're tired all the time and you feel like a lack of vitality, just encouraging you to think about what it is that is, keeping you feeling stuck in some way and not able to transcend a certain pattern that you have in your mind. Find the opposite of that and focus on that today as your intention for the week. Okay, so when we're making our intentions, they're in the positive sense and they're in the present tense. So we can say, if I tend to have major anxiety, for example, and I can speak to that because that's my default if I'm not practicing, right? Then I would say, this week I am trusting in the divine plan, for example. I trust in the divine plan. So it becomes like an affirmation, and we say it to ourselves and we allow it to work on us. So that's the long explanation today for what we're doing Mondays. And we're going to start in a different way today. So usually we start, in a way that represents how you might sleep typically. Let's see. Sometimes we sleep on the belly, and that's kind of a strange place sometimes, sometimes it hurts the neck, things like that. But we'll give it a try. And good morning, Jake. I'm glad that you made it. So anybody else who's here and I don't know, hello, hello. Okay. Where we are is going to be on the belly. And what we're going to do is kind of like very much a half frog. We'll have one knee, doesn't matter which. And I'm going to have my pillow this morning because I really do want to feel this. I'm waking up for the first time. And then we can have the other leg straight. So one knee out to the side, the other leg straight. Release the trunk, the head. And let the arms be in a way that feels right. And so not so much worrying about or thinking about this intention. We'll develop that as we go through. And just take a moment to maybe wiggle that extended leg. And then just releasing it and allowing for a gentle breath. kind of a sleepy breath, a breath that you might breathe as you're going into sleep. And just feeling that you are in another state of consciousness. Feels so sweet to sleep sometimes, doesn't it? And just like you're switching positions in the middle of that sleep, go ahead and take that other knee to the other side and get comfortable again. And with that extended leg, you might adjust it a little side to side. And then release. And sinking into that sleepy state. A couple more gentle breaths. And just gently open the eyes and notice your surroundings. Like we're waking up from a dream and realizing that we're in this room. We could just look around. And slowly start to maybe deepen the breath, move the body a little bit. We're going to be meeting on the belly so you can find both of the legs straight. And then let's just allow for some playfulness here. So you can have maybe elbows, forearms down, and just sway a little bit side to side. Maybe take the head and kind of let it go and sway it as well. And just kind of feeling the body now that we're going to start to move it. And you're going to bring the feet together and just prop the trunk up on the elbows, on the forearms, coming into a Sphinx posture. Keep the legs relaxed for a moment and then activate the legs. And then relax the legs and activate. Now we're going to incorporate some motion here. So as you relax the legs, you can sink the trunk down, bring the elbows in. As you engage the legs, rise back up and take the elbows forward, and then begin to lower. And just go through this a few times. And you can just check in and see what feels good for the head as you're going through. It's like, oh, it's time to wake up. Oh, I'd rather stay in bed. I've been through some of that when I usually have been the quick to rise and jump out of bed, but these last few months, sometimes it's hard. And I'm finally getting back into this jump out of bed. And there's sometimes more motivation to rise than others. And then when you're ready, start to come up so that once you have the elbows down, excuse me, then you can lift the hips and start to walk the knees in, taking the knees closer and closer towards the elbows, maybe opening the knees, and then releasing the hips down. Little swing, and then lowering into child's posture, Balasana. Let's take about 5 deep breaths here. We'll shift into Ujjayi Pranayama. Deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, fog out. Mouth stays open, fog in. Close the mouth, exhale through the nostrils. Okay, let's start to come out of this. And today let's find a downward facing dog. So you can step hands forward a step, roll over the toes, lift the knees and take them back. I'd like to do this today with blocks. Remembering this is always about experimenting. So yoga it's a science, and in science there's experimentation. And that's gonna change. It just kind of depends. Some people will find the same results, some will find other results. Some are more temporary results, some are more long-lasting. And so we'll take a couple deep breaths here. From downward facing dog, let's step the right foot forward and bring the left heel down. And we're going to find warrior A today. Virabhadrasana. Press the left heel down so I could feel lots of tightness in the back of the leg. When you're ready, rise up. But before we take arms up, let's move the arms in circles, just waking up the shoulders. And then what we'll do is let arms come down and rotate the wrists. We'll go in one direction as we rise, lift the arms upwards while rotating the wrists. And then we'll look up, let the arms be still for a moment, the hands still. And then as you exhale, rotate the wrists the other way as you lower the arms. Then we'll take the arms back and squeeze the shoulders back, look up on the inhale, release. Couple breaths as we rotate the wrists again, rotate the hands, lifting the arms upwards, inhaling, looking up. Exhale, rotate the wrists the other way. Lower the arms, and then take the shoulders back, heart forward, and then let's release. Okay, sink in more deeply into this right knee. Take the arms and reach them upwards. 3 deep breaths. We're going to transition to downward facing dog again. This is your practice, so if you feel like you'd like to put a vinyasa in there, just insert it, go through one, go ahead. Otherwise, we'll just bring the hands down, step the right foot back, being a downward facing dog for a few breaths. Recognizing the calmness that this practice brings to us, even as we're challenging the body. We all at some point wonder, what is it in this practice? Even when we're going through strenuous exercise, what is it that makes me so calm, that gives me so much peace? And then we explore that on our own and discover. From downward facing dog, we'll step the left foot between the hands, press the right heel down, and then we'll start to lift the trunk, being with all the sensations, practicing awareness at all times in this practice. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and start to, again, move the wrists. You can play around with this. Take the arms up, find length, lifting, and then rotating the wrists the other way as you lower the arms down. Once you Have them low. Again, send the arms back, look up, and then release. As I think we went through this maybe 3 times or so on the other side, so let's go ahead and do that. After that third, we'll meet with the arms risen upwards, but feeling lightness in the arms, lightness in the hands, the wrists, lightness in the shoulders. And we'll come back into downward facing dog again. Maybe you're gonna move through a vinyasa here. And let's come to table posture, hands and knees. Next inhalation, lift the right leg behind, press through the heel. As you're here, lift this right leg all the way up. Feel that right hip lift up, then drop the right hip. Then start to pull the pelvis in, so that feels like the belly is drawing in. And you're going to start to round the shoulders a little bit. As you feel the length in the arms from this motion, squeeze the shoulders back. Take a couple more deep breaths here. Now, if you want to add some challenge, you can roll over the left toes and lift the left knee a little bit. So this is gentle wake up. So, but it's all relative, isn't it? You know, so if this is where you want to go, then you can go ahead and lift that left knee. Exhale, bring the right knee down. Okay, from table, just pay attention to the left leg, the right leg. Notice the differences, notice the back, the arms. And then let's go with the other side. So we'll start by extending the left leg behind, press through the heel. So first we kind of feel it out, it's somewhat even with the back. Then we'll lift the left leg up really high. We get sense that that left hip is now no longer balanced with the right. Drop the left hip to balance it. Pull the pelvis in. As you do that, notice what happens to the shoulders, the arms. Keep the arms long, but squeeze the shoulders back. We're here for a few more breaths. Again, if you want to increase challenge, roll over toes, right toes, and lift the knee. And we'll exhale, lower the left knee, come back to child's posture where we were earlier. Release. And let's also see if maybe we can take the hands behind and keep the knees closer together. So if you have the knees closer together, you might need a platform for the forehead to rest on. Or you could keep knees apart. And we'll just take hands behind and let fingers hold the opposite wrist. This is Yoga Mudra, and the hands in this position. So it's yoga hand gesture, so what could that mean? So let's go inside and reflect this physical position with the name yoga hand gesture. Why? What could it be? You can switch the hand that you're holding.
Let's take a nice big yawn here. So we'll breathe in. Could do through the mouth or through the nose. And then open the mouth. A couple more of these. So this is going to help relax the vocal cords and the throat. Let's rise. Let's come to hands and knees. And then we're going to come back to standing today. So let's find your way to downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward and then walk to face the left side of the mat. So we're in a forward fold, wide-legged. Let's play around with the position of the feet. Play around with the head. Maybe explore and look around with the arms. And then we're going to be rolling the spine up. So let the arms dangle loose as you have a soft bend in the knees and begin to rise. Once we rise, reach the arms upwards. And bring the palms together, hands in. Take the arms out again. And this time, arms are to the sides. We'll bend the arms, squeeze the elbows back, turn the toes out, and bend the knees. Five breaths. Very active in the upper back, sending arms back. Sink in a little bit more deeply. Get the hips as low as the knees if you can. And then we'll straighten the legs, take the hands behind, interlace the fingers, turn the toes to face the mat or draw them inwards a little. Squeeze the shoulders back, look up. Exhale, fold. Next inhale, rise back up. One more time, take the arms up, palms together, draw the hands in, turn the toes out, arms out to the sides, bend the arms, squeeze the elbows back, opening the chest, strengthening the upper back, and then we'll bend the knees. Sink in within the body, drawing hips lower and lower. And then we'll straighten the legs, hands behind, interlace the fingers. Once again, turn the toes to face the side of the mat. Squeeze the shoulders back. Exhale, fold. And release the arms down. Let's come up halfway, lengthen. Exhale, hands to hips, rise all the way up to standing. And then we'll bring the feet closer together, hips distance apart. Let's come into some balancing today. So we'll just start with a tall spine, hands together. Close the eyes. So before we go further, just close the eyes and listen for a moment. We'll first take a nice clearing breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. So when we're in our minds, it's really difficult to balance in the body. And what I mean by in the mind means that we're allowing thoughts to kind of circulate and come in and come out and judging how we're doing and thinking about something else. So when we're there, it's hard to be balancing. So we're going to just focus on the body and the breath and see if we can maintain our balance. Okay, so at this time, let's bring the right foot to the inside of the left thigh, and you can use a wall or a chair if needed. And I'll go in that position with you. You can take the foot to any part of the leg. So we're going to start in a tree posture, and then we'll see what this turns into. Okay, so we have foot to the leg. Now, just notice for a moment where your attention is, and then drop the right foot back down. I'm going to build the attention on the left foot. So pay attention to the left foot in particular. Notice the four corners of the foot. Notice the toes, the heel, the ball of the foot. Relax the foot, press it down. Now begin to engage the left thigh and use the left glute to engage. So you have to really isolate this, so you're not doing both, just doing the left side. Then shift the weight over to the left leg. See how it feels to have more weight on that left leg? Now we'll take all the weight onto the left leg. Foot to the thigh. If you're struggling with balance, though, you can bring the ball of the foot to the mat or the toes to the mat. The foot to the ankle. Now we'll start to push the legs into each other. So feeling that you're activating both of the legs or drawing in towards each other. And then if you feel balanced, you can inhale, reach the arms upwards. Then we're going to take the arms out to the sides. Inhale, take the arms up. Let the breath guide you here. Exhale, arms to the sides. Once again, arms go up. And now explore with the arms. See if you move them, moving them according to the breath is really going to keep you balanced. Maybe hands go behind, squeezing shoulders back. Now what you're going to do is take this posture and you will turn it into something else. So you'll turn it into another balancing posture that you're familiar with, or you can develop this tree posture, Vrikshasana. So maybe here, or maybe you start to take something else. So we'll get creative today with all of our unique experiences, allowing for the second posture to be whatever it is you chose. And then we'll start to come out of this. Go ahead and rotate the left ankle. We'll go one way a few times. Go the other way. And then maybe a little bit of a shake of this leg out, and then we'll release. We're going to go to the other side. So when you're ready, let's go right into it first. So we're going to just kind of whoop, see what's it like if I just go right there. Wait, I'm on the wrong side. Left foot to the inside of the right leg. Right, so just see, how is it? Now maybe you've been here so many times that it feels good and you already are conscious of the foot and you already have all of the pieces together. But if you want to build it together, then you'll just lower the foot and start again. So you notice the right foot, all the corners of the foot, the toes, the heel, the ball of the foot. Feel your weight on the foot. All the attention on the right foot, then the leg. And begin to engage the right thigh. The kneecap draws up. Engage just the right glute, not the left. Just so that we can really focus our will. And we're working with just the right glute. Then when you're ready, left foot to the inside of the right leg. So the yogi can isolate and activate whatever at will. And that's using the physical body is just a very early process of that. So when you're ready, pushing both legs into each other and then maybe taking those arms up. Arms out. Maybe arms up, and then maybe go through this a few times, and then eventually you'll find and look and explore and discover. It's so beautiful in a live class where people are together to see people explore differently, and everyone is kind of in the same position, but they're also in slightly different expressions, and we're all just slightly different expressions of the same thing. So it's really beautiful. It kind of reflects our actual reality here. And so as we're all doing this differently but yet together, the same thing is occurring. Focused on the breath, on my voice, on the legs. Going to start to come out of this and come into a second balancing posture of your choice. And release. Okay, so your right ankle was standing. We're going to rotate this a few times. Maybe you'll shake this leg out. And then we'll find our way to the top of the mat. From here, take a deep breath in as you reach the arms up. As you exhale, side bend to the right for 3 breaths. So you can hold this wrist if you'd like, or you could drop the right arm. Inhale, come to center. Exhale to the left. Pressing the hips slightly forward. Next, inhale, come up. Interlace the fingers this time, and then we'll go ahead and go over to the right again. 3 breaths. Feeling length through the arms, through the side body. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend to the left. Inhale, come to center. One more time. Exhale, bend to the right. But now take the weight over to the right foot. So you have more weight towards the right foot at this time. Or maybe it's slightly even, but with the leaning we tend to go towards the left. So just feel what this is like. More weight in the right foot. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend to the left. Bring some weight into the left foot. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, release the arms. We're going to circle the head a little bit as we're in standing. Whew. I could hear so much crackling. Clearly I needed this. So we're going to circle one way a few times and then circle the other way. Shake the head out. We're standing at the top of the mat. Let's interlace fingers behind actually. Squeeze the shoulders back, look upwards. Exhale, fold, same as earlier, but feet are close. Exhale, release the hands down. Step the left foot to the back of the mat. Bring the left knee down and then rise up to standing with the arms, with the hands to the hips. So we've got the foot bent at first. And then if you have hard floor, you need more cushion, you're going to bring a pillow or blanket underneath the left knee. And then we're going to start to extend this right leg and flex the foot, point the foot a few times, flexing and pointing. So this posture prepares the body for a side split. So we're probably not going there, and you can if you'd like, or if you want to train towards it. This is towards the earlier steps here. So we can keep the foot flexed and then begin to hinge forward. And you might move a couple inches, you might be able to move much more than that. If you have blocks, you can use the blocks for the hands, or you can have hands to the leg. You're going to keep this right foot flexed and keep the back straight. So what's common is one of these, kind of like giving into gravity, and that's okay. Kind of just depends on what we're doing. I would say for now, focus on the leg and not the back, which means keep the back straight, keep the leg straight, and keep getting the trunk closer to the right leg. Now we're going to start to come out of this just by bending this, planting the foot, bending the right knee. Okay, so it's a really nice deep little lunge with the left knee down, nice low lunge, and then we're going to come back to it. Okay, so check in and see, where can you do that? Where are you? Because now we're going to explore individually where we have some time with the leg stretching, and then we take weight towards the right foot and feel the left thigh stretching, the hip flexor, and then just again playing around, switching, seeing where you'd like to spend more time, where you'd like to move. We're going to spend at least another minute exploring this. So if it turns into something else, go for it. Maybe a side bend, a little bit more of a creative Monday. We usually, focus on that on Wednesdays, but it's a good day, every day, to be creative. A few more breaths. We will turn this into a twist. So when you're ready, have the foot planted, have the right knee bent and lunging. The knee is over the right ankle. Left knee can stay down. And then we'll take left elbow outside the right thigh or knee. Bring the hands together in prayer position. And then look past the right elbow. If you'd like, you can lift the back knee, rolling over the toes and then pressing the knee up. And we'll come to center. And then from here, let's switch legs. So come out of this in the way that makes sense to you. Step the left foot forward. Maybe the pillow under the knee. I don't actually need it, but I wanted to see what is it like. And then from here we'll start to rise. Bring the hands to the hips. Extend the leg. And then begin to pull the toes back. Begin to hinge forward. And we I think earlier might have flexed and pointed this foot a few times, so you might go through that. About another breath, and then we'll start to move into exploration. Okay, so as you're ready, you
can start to bend this leg, lunging in. Straightening, side bending. We all use our bodies in similar ways, but also in different ways. So this is where this exploration comes in, right? Where you feel the tightness or where you feel the weakness, whatever it is you want to work on, all of these things play a factor. What structurally the body can do. So we'll explore just a little bit longer, a couple more breaths or so. And then we'll be setting up this twisting lunge. So when you're ready, the foot plants. Back knee can be down. Take right elbow outside the left thigh or knee. And then we have the hands together. You can turn the fingers inwards and look past the left elbow. It's a nice slow start to the week. So one more breath, and then we'll come to table posture. And then we're going to sit on the heels. So we're going to sit on the heels, but then we're going to scooch the heels to the left. And then what we're going to do is take this, so let's see if you're there. Once you're there, we're going to take the left shin on top of the right foot. Okay. Now from here, we have the heart facing forward, the feet out to the left. Turn to the right a little bit so the heart's facing the right knee, and then take the hands behind. The palms can come down or fingers down, palms up. Squeeze the shoulders back. Let the head come up, maybe back, and we'll find 3 breaths. So every inhale, really fill. On the exhale, press the heart forward. Maybe the head drops on those exhales, drops back. And then bring the head to center. Twist to the right, left hand to right knee. Right hand can stay where it is. You can turn the head side to side a couple times. Then this will turn into a pigeon posture. So we'll come to center and then just swing this left leg back. You have the right leg in the proper position. Just start to lower here and take 5 deep breaths. Sink into the body. Clear breath out through the mouth at least once or twice here. We're here for a shorter period, and we'll get in more quickly, more effectively if we get that exhale out through the mouth, let go of tension. Maybe a nice vocal sigh. And then we'll rise, come to table, come to seated on the heels. Bring the feet out to the right. Bring the right shin on top of the left foot. And then from here we turn the heart to face the left thigh. Take the hands back. Open the heart. Take the head back. Every exhalation, heart presses forward. And bring the head to center. Twist to the left. Right hand to left knee. Head can turn side to side a couple times. We're just about ready to go back to sleep. But hopefully, as one might say, more awakened, right? So then we'll come to center and we'll find a pigeon on the left. Just slide that right leg back. Fold here for 5 deep breaths. Nice clearing breath. Now let's see about coming back to the belly. We can just take this leg and release it and find a Sphinx posture for a moment. Maybe turn the head. And then we'll take the arms forward, forehead to the mat. And we're going to just start to roll over to the, pick up the right foot actually, and take it across to the other side of the mat. So you just pick it right up, set it to the, probably off of the mat, and then just start to open up this right arm for a moment. Exhale, lower, switching sides. Left foot outside of the right, and pick up the left arm. And lower. And then as you wish, find Shavasana. So you can stay on the belly if you'd like. You can take another posture if you'd like. Maybe some spinal twists. Go right into a restful position. If you aren't already there, just release into it. Letting the body completely go. Remembering the meaning of the posture. The name of the posture is going to signify the meaning, and that's going to help us understand the science of yoga. Shavasana being corpse posture. So if one is no longer alive, what is it that will give them a peaceful death, we can say, and just be straightforward about it. They must let go of the material world. Just for this moment, right? Just for this moment. Leave without regrets. Just keep going through that in your mind and let that put you into a deep sleep in that state of our final resting posture.
Letting go of all thoughts. Letting go of all actions. Resting. 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 Before you start to come out of this, before you change breath, move body, we started thinking about earlier in our practice things that challenge us, situations or temperaments, inclinations, habits, whatever it is that seem to pose a little extra challenge, and that's something we need to figure out and get over. See what that is for you this week that you'd like to work with. And maybe there's a way that you think about something that is just not helping you in the end, and it's kind of keeping you down, keeping you in a negative state of mind. Look to that thing and see. Find your intention. Locate it. Specifically for this week, or if you want to do this day. It's something preferably that you can do every day, you can remember every day. I'm gentle and kind with my words and thoughts. I'm loving towards all my coworkers. Anything. And then we're going to carry it with you to seated. So you can deepen the breath, you can move the body. Take a moment to get yourself to seated. No worries about rushing, right? This is our gentle wake up. Take some deep breaths. Open your eyes. And then come to seated with the hands together, the eyes closed. Go back in, state your intention within a few times. We'll seal this practice and this intention with the sound of Om. Deep breath in through the nose.
Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. I honor the light in you that is the same light in me. Namaste. Thank you. Have a beautiful rest of your week. And if you are doing this regularly enough on Mondays, I do suggest writing these things down and letting it sit in your calendar or a journal, something that you can refer to. So thanks again, take care, and see you soon.